Good morning. I hope you're all ready for some cards today. I actually have 3 to share with you. I'm gonna fix my computer so I can see what's going on. So give me a minute for that because I forgot to turn off my sound. There we go. All right, all set. I hope everybody is having a good day. I have a semi-busy day. I've got to make some cards for the blog this week, and I have somebody coming over to work on my tabletop, so we'll be doing that. So I got a busy morning, but that's okay. I'd rather be busy than not have anything. But so I'm excited to see. I have, I think, 2 weeks before On Stage Live, or On Stage Online, because it's not live, it's online, starts, and I'm hoping that I'll get to see some new things. I know they have issues with things being back ordered, so I'm going to be very careful with what I choose because I don't want to plan a class around something that nobody can get. The demos seem to purchase it all before the customers get it, so I will look and see what I can find and go from there. But other than that, that's it. Hi, Susan. So I'm excited to see what they have. I don't know if there's anything I really want to see. There won't be new colors. Paper is always of interest. Hey, Barb. I love looking at the paper. Usually the paper is not too bad. It doesn't usually go on back order, but then again, it does sometimes. So hopefully it will be in good shape. I hope you all have your beverage for today. I have tea because I'm cold. I wanted some hot tea this morning, which I usually have every morning anyway, but I'm busy getting ready for a craft fair. I had to stop and think. It's in November. It's the 3rd weekend. I'm not doing a whole lot because I'm going with another person, another demo. So between the 2 of us, we'll have quite a bit of stuff. But hopefully there will be lots of people there and I can sell some of my stuff. I have a ton of cards, so I'm hoping I can get rid of some of those. But we'll see. If not, I'll be donating them because that's what I do with them. If I don't sell them, I donate them. So, but I'll be all set to do a card, sell some of my cards in the neighborhood. So I'm gonna open it up to everybody. And let's see, got a few more minutes, give some people time to get in. I decided today's card was so quick and so easy. I decided to share 3 ideas with you. So you're going to get 3 card ideas with the same layout. Now I did change it up a bit. So, you'll be able to see how you can take the same layout and change it up some. So I'm anxious to see with those. I'm also playing with a color combo, so I don't know what that's going to look like. We'll see. It may not be a good one, but oh well, doesn't matter. All right, I'm going to get ready and flip this around, so let me get one more sip of my tea. All right, got it. Now, okay, time to hide your eyes because I'm going upside down and then I'm going to flip it. And hopefully that has got it. Okay, there we go. Okay, I think that's good. This is the card I made last week, and I said that if anybody shared my video or commented, I would put your names in and draw for it. I was going to do the other one. I had 2 people share my video, but they didn't comment shared, so I don't know who they were. I clicked the little button, and it said that because their profile is set up, it doesn't show up. So if you share my video, then make sure you comment shared afterwards. And give me lots of comments today to be entered to win one of today's cards. This card is going to go to Sharon Duff. Sharon, if you will send me a private message giving me your address, I will put this one in the mail to you, and we'll see who wins this week. So if you want to win, share my video, tell me you shared, and then comment. All right, so here's the card for today. A quick and easy card. Now, I wanted to tell you, I colored this with markers, but I experimented. This one was stamped with Memento, and after I stamped it, I hit it with the heat tool. It did not bleed. So for the first card, I stamped the image. No, I didn't use Memento. I used Early Espresso, both of these. I stamped it yesterday. Oh, thanks, Janice. And I let this one dry overnight. So all day yesterday and last night it dried. So I experimented to see if it would bleed, because I don't have the blends. So, and I sometimes want to use Early Espresso, especially on the sunflowers. So I'm going to start by doing the center with Crumb Cake. And I'm not coloring a lot. I'm just going around and coloring it in. And it doesn't look like it bled. We'll know more. And then this one is Crushed Curry. So I'm going to do my leaves. Or not my leaves, my petals. All the way around. All right. And like I said, if you let it dry, it doesn't bleed. Now, if you want to do it right away, I wanted to experiment to see if you could do it both ways. If you want to stamp it and color it right away, hit it with your heat tool to dry that ink real good. And it did not bleed. All right, and this one is not bleeding either. But I will clean at least it's not bleeding much. If it bleeds some, I'll know when I scribble off. So let me get a piece of paper. And it bled some, but not a ton. All right. And then the leaves I did with Old Olive. I had a hard time coming up with the green. Pear Pizzazz wasn't dark enough. And Shaded Spruce was too dark. All right, so that's done. This is mounted onto a piece of pattern paper, and this is from the Regals collection. And I'm gonna add this to the paper. And I think the measurements will be posted afterwards, but I think the image layer is 2 1/4 and the pattern paper layer is 2 1/2. So I've got that done. Here's my card base. Oh, I forgot to tell you, for my sunflower, I use Celebrate Sunflowers. Oh, excuse me. My sentiment came from, I think it's Artistically Inked. I think that's the one for the hello. I just used hello in all of them. All right. I'm going to put this flat. You can use dimensionals, but I didn't want to again, I'm very conscious of, with the post office's prices going up, I don't want to use a lot of dimensionals and end up having to pay extra postage. All right, so my hello, of which I do not see. Let me get in here and see. Nope. Wonder where my hello is. It's not on the table. Oh, I wonder if I put it away. I bet I did, because my artistically inked isn't over there, and yep, there it is. And that shouldn't be back on my shelf because there's a stamp missing out of it. So, did you ever do that? Put things away and then think, oh my gosh, I need it for my card. All right, here we go. All right. All right, and I'm gonna stamp it below. And there's the first card. Quick and easy, no problem. All right, but I decided I wanted to change it up a bit. So I'm gonna use All Things Fabulous, and I'm using these layers and this leaf. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm going to start stamping, and I've chosen Flirty Flamingo, Calypso Coral, and Poppy Parade for my layers. So I'm going to start with Flirty Flamingo, and that's going to be the large flower. All right, so I've got that there. All right, and the next layer up is a bigger one, and it's going to be done in Calypso Coral. So I'm going to stamp it. Now, I don't know how this is going to work. Oh yeah, you can still see it. I was thinking, oh, it may not be enough of a difference. And then the top layer, or the center of the flower, is Poppy Parade. All right. So I'm going to ink this up and stamp it in there. So we have some dimension to our flower. All right, and then I need to get my leaves, and I chose Granny Apple Green. Do you guys struggle with colors for the different layers for your stamps? Okay, I'm gonna pull my paper back over here because I wanna put another one here, and then one there. Oops. All right, so there I've got my flower. And I have an extra little line there because it didn't get done. Now I pulled in some of the pattern party pattern paper. It's the Hostess paper you can get. And I'm going to put this on there. I just thought it was fun and would be fun for the card. I'm going to pull in my card base. These are quick cards. I mean, great for mass producing. This is going to go on, and then I changed this up. I did not add a sentiment. This might be one that you need some extra postage on, because I wanted to see what it would look like if we added a bow. So I pulled in some of this black and white checked or gingham ribbon. I love this ribbon. Oh my gosh. It is my all-time favorite. I'm going to be so sad when it retires and goes out of the, oops. Here it is. I had class here, so we were using my scissors to cut ribbon. Do you guys have a favorite ribbon? What's your favorite ribbon? And I've got like 2 or 3 of these things because I love them. Oh, thanks, Sharon. Sharon, don't forget to send me your address because you won the card from last week. And I'll ship that out to you. Just send it to me in a private message. All right, and I'm going to put this underneath. So if you don't want to put a sentiment, you can do that. All right, now I'm going to move that to the side. And I thought I would do a Christmas one. So I pulled out the deer one. Oh, there goes my stamp. The peaceful deer. Oh, thanks, Barb. And I'm going to use the trees and Merry Christmas. So this is going to be a clean and simple one. All right. And let's see. I decided to go with Evening Evergreen for my trees. And then this one is the same size as all the other pieces. But I did make my background piece larger. So I'm going to put that there. And then I'm going to stamp it again in the background to give it some interest. And then I'm going to stamp these little ones. And again in the background. And I think I'm going to stamp the little ones again. All right. So there's that. So there's some trees in the foreground and trees in the background. And then for my sentiment, which is Merry Christmas from that set, I'm going to stamp it in Cherry Cobbler. All right. And I ink this up. I hope it works. This one is an older set, or older. There it works. Yeah, it's an older stamp pad, so it's the linen finish, which is my all-time favorite, but one of those things. All right, now for this, I'm going to put this on a piece of red, and I cut this piece bigger. The others were only 1/4 of an inch bigger. This is 2 3/4, so it's a good 1/2 inch bigger than this one. But I wanted it to have more of the red to show. All right. Let me get this on here. And then I took, and I'm going to add it to a panel that's Evening Evergreen. I love this striped paper. So I'm going to put that on there. All right. This is my card base, and I used white on all of my card bases because it's just easier. You don't have to add extra layers inside. If you're going to have a lot of layers on the front, think about, you know, you start adding too many layers, you got to pay extra postage. All right. And I'm gonna open this one up so I can see it a little bit better. All right. All right, so there's that. And then to change this one up, I'm gonna pull in some of the gilded gems. I just felt it, you know, it's Christmas, it needed some bling. And I pulled in my gems. All right, so I'm gonna add some of those on here. Just for something different. Woo! That one went flying. And now this one will probably take more postage because of the gems. You can also emboss that background. So there it is. 3 cards, quick and easy. And it was done in about 20 minutes, maybe less than that. So not hard. And like I said, all of the dimensions will be posted after this is over with, so you have it. But I mean, you can go from simple to stepping it up 3 ways and using different stamp sets. The only thing you have to do is when you're cutting this square, it's got to be small enough. Oh, thanks, Barb. I love it. I love the Christmas also. It's got to be small enough to, the image has to be small enough to fit in that square. So what I did was I cut my square, or I chose my sunflower and cut my square, and I knew the rest would be that. So then I just started pulling out my sets to see what would work and have it ready to stamp and go. And I hope that that experiment that I did with the stamping with the early espresso on the sunflower helps you. I think you could do it with any color ink. You just have to either hit it with your heat tool or let it dry overnight. And I just let it dry overnight because I stamped it when I finished this one and all. So I hope you've enjoyed my stamps, paper, and ink today. I did add some gems and ribbon because I just felt I wanted to give you some ideas. But if you don't have gems or ribbon, you can do it very simple. I mean, you can even stamp the background in this in a really, really soft, pale gray, and just create a background with it. So lots of ideas, and you can see what it looks like with the skinny border and with the larger border. All right, let me get ready and flip this around. So close your eyes while I go. All right, there I am, right side up. Okay, so I hope you've enjoyed today's card and that you'll give it a try. If you do, make sure you share it with us. You can be entered to win one of the cards. Comment, share the video, and just have some fun. And make sure you share what you do. You can post. Some people say they can't, but you can. I don't know why they say they can't. I don't know if it's the settings that they have or not. So, all right, ladies, I'm going to get ready and go. I have got to get downstairs and see how my table's going. I don't know if you can hear in the background. I'm having my tabletop refinished on my antique oak table, and the lady that's doing it is down there just sanding away, and I figure I need to go down there and see how she's going and see if she needs anything. All right, I will be back Monday evening with mystery stamping, so make sure you cut your paper. Excuse me. Make sure you cut your paper so that you're ready to play along with us, and we'll all create a card together using my directions. Never know what it's going to look like till you're done. Have a great weekend, guys. Bye.